We're now with social services, and if you could introduce yourself and your colleagues and then make whatever preliminary presentation you'd like to make.
Thank you. I'm Renee Pratt, Director of Metro Social Services. To my left, I have Pam McEwen, who is our Chief Financial Officer. And to my right is Will Connolly, the new Director of the Homelessness Commission.
Well,
good afternoon, Mayor Dean. Good afternoon, Deputy Mayor Hynell, and good afternoon, Director Riebling. I'd like to begin by saying, first of all, thank you, Mayor Dean, for your support over the past year of social services and also the Homelessness Commission. We've been quite busy this year, and I just want to list just a few of our accomplishments to start. On March 20th, Social Services, in partnership with David Lipscomb University, released our 4th annual Community Needs Evaluation, and I brought you each a copy today. The evaluation includes social, demographic, and socioeconomic data relevant to the residents of Davidson County. The 2012 evaluation revealed that workforce and economic development, housing and related assistance, and food remain the top 3 needs identified here for this city. The evaluation also includes a best practice section. With government budgets continuing to decrease, best practice and outcome-oriented approaches provide an opportunity to leverage resources across a community that is willing to collaborate. The social services finally has a new case management data system. For the last several years, we've strived to put together a comprehensive system to allow us to enter customer information. We have accomplished that. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank ITS for their guidance and leadership in this major accomplishment. The Metropolitan Homelessness Commission hosted the 5th annual Project Homeless Connect on February 13th at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds. More than 70 agencies provided approximately 9,000 services to nearly 950 individuals and families who are homeless or at the risk of being homeless. Metro Social Services initiated and implemented new programs to benefit Davidson County residents, including Prepare to Parent, community-based case management, and we created collaborative efforts with different Metro departments. Our major challenge we face is overall demand for services have rapidly increased. Over the past year, social services experienced more requests for food and housing from individuals and also families. We mainly attribute the increase to the demand of lost wages, changes in the distribution of food, and the higher cost of living. The 2% budget request for Metro Social Services is $125,000. The proposed reduction will have a little impact on our customers and employees as possible, with the focus on positions that are currently vacant. Sequestration did impact our nutrition program for our seniors. The current budget for 2013 is a little bit over $919,000, and we received a cut of 5.3% or $47,000. That is also the proposed cut for next year as well. We've been lucky to receive federal money to cover these deficits over the past few years, and we're encouraged that we will receive money to cover the deficit for next year. Our proposed budget cut of 2% from local funds will result in a loss of $38,000 in our meal preparation line item. The past few years, we have underspent in the nutrition program, but with the cut and the expansion of local services in the Madison area, we will not be underspent in this category next year. The proposed 2% cut for the Homelessness Commission will come directly from existing vendor contracts. With the Homelessness Commission on task with the 100 Homes campaign, which is a national movement of communities working together to find permanent homes for 100,000 of the country's most vulnerable homeless individuals and families, support services are essential to the success of this campaign. And that completes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you, how long have you been on duty now?
Almost 3 months.
Okay. Could you just talk a little bit about where you think Nashville is with homelessness and what your thoughts are and where you want to direct your activities?
Thanks. We definitely have some bright spots in the community in terms of programs that are working to get people off the streets, but our housing placement system isn't that unified, isn't that we have a lot of room to make improvements there in terms of getting people who are experiencing chronic homelessness off the street quickly, so folks that have been on the streets for a number of years. We just did a self-assessment of Nashville. A bunch of providers met to analyze that housing placement system. We answered about 50 or 60 questions on that and submitted it to this national campaign that Renee mentioned. And they gave us kind of a tailored report on how we're doing as a community based on the answers that we gave. And we have a lot of work to do. And a lot of it just kind of revolves around being a little more data-driven, making sure that we are incorporating evidence-based practices, things that have worked in other communities in terms of getting people off the streets. We are trying to get more providers to use a common database so that we can share data among agencies. We are trying to engage the business community to make more permanent housing available for people who are experiencing homelessness. I think right now we're not able to create enough units for folks, so but it doesn't mean that there aren't units out there that we can use, units that are vacant, and that property managers just kind of have natural vacancy rates, and we can kind of engage those property managers to give us some of those, or basically donate some of those units. It would be nice if we could incentivize that in some way. So if we could make a tax credit available or something for a property manager that would donate a unit. But Renee was right. We need support services for people that are going into housing. That's a big gap that we have right now. We are, I think, well, in May we're going to make a big push to get more folks who are currently on the streets into permanent housing and help them stay there, and hope that you'll, I think we'll make you proud, and I hope that you'll see some visible results soon. I could go on and on, but are there other questions about that? Or?
No, I'm glad everyone's here, and he's been great.
Yes.
Yeah, people are excited about you being here. So.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited to be back. So thanks for supporting the commission.
And Renee, tell us, you've given us the annual report and the community needs evaluation. Mm-hmm. And in terms of the community needs evaluation, can you just tell us a little bit about what our greatest needs are?
Yeah, for the last 3 years, the top 3 identified needs are workforce and economic opportunity, housing, and food. They switch out each year.
Basics.
Yeah, the basics. As you well know, we survey through grassroots surveys, we survey our nonprofits, we survey our other metro departments, and through those surveys and data collected from a variety of different resources, those needs are not uncommon around the country. So some people probably are having some of the same experiences that we're having here in Nashville, Davidson County. We've also included in our community needs evaluation last year and this year a best practice section, which also identifies ways that we can improve on administering the services in those particular areas. So I'm excited about that particular section. It talks about a variety of different cities and localities that have some different ideas that we might possibly put into effect once we collaborate with our partners here in the city. So those three remain to still be the
Which
top
of those
needs.
best practices really grabbed your attention, Renee? Which one really sort of made a lot of sense for Nashville?
The best.
Go ahead. Anyone in particular?
Really, I'm interested in the housing and related assistance. As Will said, the need for housing definitely exists here in the city. We focus more on prevention, and the Homelessness Commission focus more on chronically homeless. So that information on that section really speaks to me and emphasizes a need for housing and how we can put into effect some of the things that have happened around the country here in Nashville, Davidson County.
And one of the things recommended is a housing trust fund.
That is a recommendation only in the best practice section. The Housing Trust Fund has been done in some other cities and localities. The specifics, I don't know, because I couldn't tell you specifically what it says, but it is a trust fund set up to help with housing homeless individuals.
Right, something that's been talked about
I don't
for a
know,
long-
Will might be able to speak to that as well, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on a couple of the planning meetings, but I think you guys are aware of the Barnes Fund and what they're trying to do.
We've been talking about such an entity for a while
Yeah.
here.
Rich, you have any?
Sure.
Rick?
Nothing else.
Well, thank you for this, and
You're
thank you for
welcome.
your work on poverty and
Thank you.
and everything you all do. And Will, welcome back, and
Thank you.
we'll, be reviewing the budget and do the best that we can, but I want you to know that we appreciate everything you do.
Well,
It's
thank
an
you.
important agency, do important work, and so, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.